Back again with another profile. This one of my yellow childhood Son Goku deck. I don't like giving things the Kid Ku name. There's only one, and that's the black one from set Bonds of Friendship. Or name Bonds of Friendship. I think that was like set after set it. But getting onto the deck list, that's why I'm here. This one, what it sums up to me is the epitome of yellow. Everything yellow can do, or wants to do, or ever will do, will be enacted through this list. Period, point blank. I may not win them all, but by darn sure I had a plan to win. But that's only the rare occasions where I will hold the top 10-5. That's why we got to have this at a perfect 50. But let's get onto the list. Leader, search top 10 for a Earthling or your with an energy cost of 1 or your Bulma Unison. Really good. Easy awakening if you have the Yamcha or Bulma in the Unison. You flip over, go down to 6, and tap 1, draw 1. On this side is where it gets a lot of the value. He can switch everything on your opponent's side to fill the rest mode besides energy. Also, when you switching stuff to rest mode, it triggers off a bunch of other effects in your deck. And he has an added bonus, active battle once per turn. You can combo with Earthling from your drop, and that's how you build up G energy or Z energy over the game. Not a lot of people do that or run enough Earthlings to do that. But let's get on to the list. Hopefully, still in frame. We're running 4 of the best Goku right there. When it comes out, it pops up in the rest mode. Period. Then we're running a 2-2 split on the new Goku promo, which can play itself by discarding a card and you draw a card. It also has the ability to give itself a plus 10k bump, which it can carry over when it pays the energy to play out this card from your hand or deck. I was flexing around my ratios. This is highly searchable through the top 10 search to get the Yamcha to get into this, or Yamcha into this turn too, either way, however you path the route. But this spin felt like enough. Then obligatory 4 ofs, 4 Yms, your searcher, and also search this Unison, the Bulma. Really good. Her purpose is to play the Gokus, but after turn 3, that all changes, and we start playing a different game. And the last other thing I forgot to mention, where is he at? This Goku reduces the cost of one of my other Gokus in my deck by up to 2, and we evolve over him with that card, which pops up in the rest mode and is a double strike. Then to follow up that, and this is where the deck drastically changes from a lot of other of the typical. Running 2 of the Winter Ape. This, you rest something to blank something. These are like my other main deck Hercules in a way. Just to set up that 2 or 3 card interaction to get your +1 off the Yamcha. Because I forgot to mention, with the Yamcha, when it stands up a Goku that haven't swung yet, you get to draw a card. But I don't like to dive too deep into setting that up every single turn, because I know that would be taxing and your opponent would disrupt you. That's why I'll just regularly get my generic +1 playing my I'm the world champion. And from here we get kind of techy, but skillfully so. And yellow is the skill color. This is a card I'm starting to like in a lot of my yellow decks just to pair with the promo. Also, gamma, yellow, other yellow decks. This could be a really aggressive turn 1 or turn 2. Or it could be like a really good defensive turn 2, turn 3, depending on how you want to set it up. And this, how should I say, it stabilizes my discarding type cards so I don't lose any card value. That's why this is like a good pairing. I know for a lot of the other traditional yellow childhood Goku decks or any yellow decks, I think this is really decent behind Nimbus with a reliable unison. And Bulma is super reliable in here because she is a +2 unison, which does a lot for our deck, especially going into turns beyond turn 4. So she's not going to keep all those unison, obviously. They're going to try to swing at her and kill her as much as he can, and I'll just play another one. But 1 energy is not that much of an investment, and as long as I can keep at least 1 or 2 on there, I can just plus her up for the last time and go into these bad boys. This gives us another level and another layer to the deck, which you can close out games or keep yourself in it, and also having another means of card advantage, which not many people can easily clear out 3 energy 20k, especially if you empower it with a bunch of markers. Also, it gives your leader a bump up if you try to go for game and not successful because it's triple attack. You can just pump your leader up too in itself. But since we're talking about unisons, can't forget about my prideful. I had this at like from 4 to 3 to 2. No lower than 2. This is the last counterplay of its kind, and if I wasn't glutton on a perfect 50, this would be a 4. But very important. Next, we got a 1 of 17. Used to be 2, but we cut it for space. But I really like this just to back up one of our strong defensive cards and make them think twice. Same with this, just to power or give some extra life into defending with your Goku blockers. And what other defense that it helps? It helps the Bardox. Also a cool combo with the Winter Ape. When you switch to rest mode, it stands back up and you draw a card. That's the new Yamcha combo from turn 3 and onward. Then can't forget about Vegito. Sometimes you just want to interact with them right away and not wait for an attack. And following that up, 3 freezes. For these, I didn't even explain it. The Bardox, in order to swing, you have to get rid of a card in rest mode to the drop. This and the Repulsed, you have to switch a card to rest mode, period, to order to get a swing through. He is non-unison. Vegito's non-leader. Then we go into our combo cards. We run in 2 Frieza because there's like cool interactions with that. which I'll explain in a minute. And we have one. This been going in and out of the deck, but I at least wanted to float at least one in here just because of being good or being more worth it to have multiple things that I can combo or build Z energy with and get other effects off playing the game. And this is like another Goku to trigger off other effects, but this I like it just because barrier removal without having to have it like a 2-card setup to get rid of barrier removal, we can just do it in one step. And also other synergies. This is more like a forgotten true how should I say it without saying the F word? Card that put restriction on my opponent. It doesn't keep them from playing the game, but it creates a wall from which they can play in. I'll just say that. Then we go into our last few cards. We got our 2-2 split on our super combos. We got 2 Hercule, because if you haven't noticed, we built the deck to make emphasis or a stronger emphasis on comboing. Then we have a Zamasu just to trigger off effects. And then we have our Piccolo Gohan as our secret rare. And then yellow power 1 of. Usually you go through yellow profiles and you see them scattered everywhere. I think I got like maybe 3 or 4 scattered. But I just wanted to pay attention to like these focus right here. Black Kamehameha. Now a lot of people see it coming. Also, this is another way to clear a big body right away. But mostly, I use it as a defensive battle combo. But also, I like it because it look nice. I could use Stop Laughing, but I like this because it replaces itself defensively. Then for our last 2 power cards to conclude this 50, Poutine, because it's general go-to for yellow. And one thing we pair with most of our yellow decks, I'm getting out of frame. Hope y'all seen that. But Mira, I run the Oolong in here just like most yellow decks, so either copying this or copying a lot because he gets really big when he swings. Going on to my side deck or my Z deck. We'll do Z deck first. Got this double sleeve because of the dedication, but we'll touch up the Z deck first. Starting off the Z deck, just keep it in frame. We run 1 Growing Up Fast and 2 of the Goku's Kamehameha. This is really good, like turn 2, turn 3, depending on the matchup, just to get your easy, quick pressure in before you really start to have to defending again between the later part of turn 3 into turn 5. Then we have our Tapion and our Goku. There are situations where I dropped mine on the floor and I got crushed by Arinsu because I couldn't I couldn't figure out where I put mine. But this saved lives. Also, like I said before, the Boma Unison kind of harbors a lot of markers, so empowered Unisons just gets that much better. Then we got utility Z cards like the Goku defending. It's like a second Poutine, but a stronger body that could swing and create pressure and leave pressure. Then we got our Oolong. We all know what that does. We copy the best skills. And then our new addition to yellow, the Gohan. Keep something tapped. Double strike. Generally, it goes down to 1 energy cost if there are 5 or more cards in rest mode. But with our leader effect, we always going to tap most of their cards. That's why a lot of yellow strategies that have a restriction of certain amount of cards being in rest mode, this kind of makes that a little bit easier. And for my last one, I don't know if I want to keep this. It just a relic that's just been chilling here. I just haven't thought of what to replace it with. But it's cute kind of early. But maybe something down the line that'll make me want to replace it. But for now, it is here for now. Going on to my side deck now. We're going on to, let me see, keep it in frame. We're playing 3 of Forbidden Power. Just as something we need to keep in line in case they side it in for our battle card negates. Then we're going into a negate package. We run in the release, which is traditional, final flash, which you got to make them respected at all times. T-blow, we kind of get extra card heavy here. And for our last extra card of the side deck is a Death Blaster. We have to respect the STRs and keep them honest. Yellow is the only one that can do that. So we got to be on our due diligence to keep the STRs honest in this game. Following that up, we got Bulma, searchable, counterplay. This is just for their battle card floodgates. Just turn off their skills. This is for blue. Same with this. This is just for like big bodies that have somehow deflecting barrier, and we just need to tap that down right away because they trigger off auto when they're swinging, i.e. solidarity or anything of the sort. And for my last tech of it is Frieza. You can play this off the riposte, just for like the more mid-rangey and slower matchups. Going into turn 4, turn 5, we can just, after I negate with riposte, we can just sculpt how to win the game from there after we look in our hand, or look in their hand. And for our last little bits, I always want to keep between 1 and 2 in the main or side, because I feel like there's always going to be a deck that'll come up where these are useful. Or I just need a triple striker to win. But that's been my deck. This is kind of like the old finisher for the deck, but I still like to keep it around just as the guard dog against certain road decks. Always respect them. But this might be my list. Let me know your thoughts on it. And I feel this is like the epitome of everything we know until yellow, and it can do yellow the best. But that's my thoughts on it. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you on the next one.